Hello, my name is Endang Sartika and I am from the Institute State of Islamic Studies EIN Purwokerto. This video is made for the first International Congress on Young Gifted Scientists Education Purposes, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the result of our research under the title The Influence of Body Image on Interpersonal Communication Skill in Teaching. This research is the result of collaboration between Dr. Kholid Mawardi from EIN Purwokerto and me, Endang Sartika, also from EIN Purwokerto. This research is necessary to be conducted in order to see the influence of body image or the perception of body image or appearance of the teacher toward their ability in interpersonal communication skill, especially when they deliver the material in the class and communicate with their students. And this result is also aims to analyze the different perception about the body image between male and female teachers in teaching in interpersonal communication skill in teaching their students. Why this research is necessary to be conducted? Because we can see the advancement of the science and technology today has tremendous impact on human life, including education, especially now when the world is hit by the global pandemic COVID-19. Whether the teachers want it or not, whether they can or not, they have to embrace the advancement of technology when the education has to be conducted in online class. Whether they want it or not, they have to learn how to teach their students in a virtual environment. So this kind of advancement of technology and science has influenced or has impact and shifted of norm in society, including the perception of the body image. And what exactly body image is? Through what is known as body image, and an educator can provide assessment of him or herself to maximize the teaching and learning process. If this doesn't happen, the unsynchronized can be arise from physical movement in educators. So, for example, if they are not really confident with their performance, with their appearance in front of their student, a teacher will show a lack of will show a kind of awkward movement. It shows the perception of his mental condition and also shows the lack or weakness in his physical construction. For example, when someone or when a teacher feels that they are not feeling really well, or when they are feeling that they are not dressed in a good manner according to their students, they may feel a little bit anxious and also a little bit unconfident when they are giving the lectures or when they are teaching their students. And this problem is mostly experienced by early individuals where they are at the stage of adjusting to changes in body shape and size. It is usually happen to the beginner teachers when it comes to their first experience in teaching the students. For example, it is my first year of experiencing as a lecturer in a university. It must be very dreadful for me to experience, to look at my appearance, to look at the perception of my body image, I will think that how my student will think about me, whether they can accept me or not with my appearance, with my movement in giving a lecture. So one of the physiological changes that often arise at this time is the emergence of perception from their physique, but it is different from the reality because the expected physical is out of sync as it should be. For example, a teacher in Indonesia usually wears an official a, a, an official or government uniform, but sometimes they also will use their personal dress And this kind of unsynchronized usually arises when they cannot mix and match of their appearance. And the concept of body image is not only limited to its outward behavior, but it's also related to its mental feeling, thoughts, and awareness. So it is not only about their physical appearance when they are giving a lecture, but it also include their perception and then their feeling and also their imagination uh, about their self. Okay, and an individual assessment of their body or body image is related to the reaction of others to that individual. The comparison of physical development with others and the comparison of physical development with others and also the comparison with the cultural ideal. So here in Indonesia, for example, there is a cultural ideal for a teacher to be uh, appear very neat, very good manner, and sometimes when it comes to the first or early teachers to give a lecture or to give the learning teaching in the class, they will feel that I am not a teacher like ideal person be. So body image is not something static, but it's always changing, and its formation is influenced by perception, imagination, emotion, mood, environment, and physical appearance. And thus, the social comparison process must occur in shaping the body image of individual. Social comparison is cognitive assessment made by individuals about certain attribute they have compared to the attribute of others. The social comparison process is very personal and subjective in nature, depending on self-evaluation. Therefore, individuals obtain comparison object to form a healthy body image. However, it is very difficult to make filters so that individual can select object of their social comparison. This allow individuals problematic in the formation of their body image. Uh, okay, so body image is really important and really influence someone's interpersonal communication skill in teaching. And therefore, it is interesting to see the influence of body image toward someone's performance as a teacher, especially how the concept of body image influence a teacher interpersonal communication skill in teaching the student. This research is built on these premises that there will be a significant influence of body image toward teachers' performance in teaching, especially their interpersonal communication skill. And this research was conducted at EIN Purwokerto with the research object of non-regular students with consideration that most of the students were already working as teachers. So in EIN Purwokerto, we have a student who already work as a teacher, and they usually register in non-regular students. It means they will study in EIN Purwokerto after their working hours. This research aims to analyze the effect of body image on interpersonal communication skill in teaching, as well as to analyze the difference the different perception of male and female body image on interpersonal communication skill in teaching of EIN Purwokerto students who have worked as a teacher. And the hypothesis that we made for this research is that there will be a significant influence of a body image toward someone's interpersonal communication skill in teaching. This research uses quantitative approach to measure the influence of body image toward interpersonal communication skill in teaching. And the object of this research are the students of EIN Purwokerto in the academic year of 2019 and 2020. The students who have worked as a teacher are chosen as the subject of this research with an assumption that they already had a teaching experience which eventually had physical radical changes. that affect their psychological and social life, accompanied by cognitive development, marked by the ability to think critically, including in assessing their bodies. Between men and women, there are differences in the time of initiation of physical development and the process of growth, so that this study will try to prove whether this difference will also affect the body image. So the subject of this research are male and female students of EIN Purwokerto, and the subject of this research are chosen using cluster random sampling by taking the sample from the population randomly. It was taken from all classes in EIN Purwokerto. The subject of this research are consists of 84 respondents, consisting of 19 male students and 65 female students. And this research is designed in two ways. The first one is documentation study, which is a research design aimed at obtaining secondary data about teaching experience. Then secondary data is obtained through students who already have teaching experience. Meanwhile, the second one is field survey, which is a research design aimed at obtaining primary data about body image and on interpersonal communication skill in teaching. In order to collect the data, the researchers formulate three different variables. The first one is independent variable, which is body image, and then second one is dependent variable, which is interpersonal communication skills in teaching, and the third one is moderator variable called gender. And these three variables are used to determine the influence of body image as the independent variable toward the dependent variable, the student interpersonal communication skills in teaching. Meanwhile, gender is used as moderate variable to differentiate the influence of body image toward interpersonal communication skill based on gender differentiation. And besides formulating three different variables, the researcher also determined the measurement using research instrument. The data collection is obtained using a scale pattern by providing question and answer related to the object. The first scale that we use is the body image scale, and it consists of three aspects. The first one is cognitive and affective factors toward a person's body or feeling and thought related to their physical appearance. Second is attitude factors, that is behavior in maintaining the body's diet, gymnastic, and caring for the body. And the last one is assumption factors related to the physical form. The second skill that we use is the interpersonal communication skill in teaching, including 5 aspects: trust, supportive, empathy, reception, and egalitarian. And we also made the attitude skill to determine the influence of body image towards student interpersonal communication skill in teaching. Consists of 4 choices: very suitable, which is word 4, appropriate, which is word 3, and then not suitable, which word 2, and then very appropriate, which has a value of 1. And the above instrument then tested before actually used in the research. And then the data analysis is analyzed using SPSS for Windows version 16 program to calculate the hypothesis that we have made, whether there is significant influence of body image toward interpersonal communication skill or not. And the result shows that there is a significant influence of body image toward interpersonal communication skill, and it can be seen from the table that the mean of body image is higher than the perception of interpersonal communication skill, which means that there is significant influence of body image toward towards someone's interpersonal communication skill in teaching. And many students of EIN Purwokerto who had worked as a teacher think that body image has greatly influenced their performance in giving lecture on or teaching their students. And it is proof that there is significant influence of body image towards students, toward interpersonal communication skill in teaching of the students of EIN Purwokerto who had worked as a teacher. I think that's all about the presentation of our research, result of our research. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.